Perfect. Great introduction. Last week, we had an introduction that was very brief and short, so I appreciate that. But it was funny, though. I ain't gonna lie. He had said, my name is David Culverson.
That's it.
He was like, what? What's up, y'all? It's Desiree. I'm back with another video. No Parameters podcast. I have me a special guest today. So we're going to be talking about podcast talk. But before we do that, make sure y'all go check out the book, No Parameters here. Make sure you book me. If you need anything, let me know. But yeah, so today we have Brashawn here. I'll let him introduce himself.
How y'all doing, everybody? My name is Brashawn Bay. Yeah, we're here today, and Desiree asked me to come on and talk to her about podcasts, and I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Okay, tell people about a little bit about yourself.
So a little bit about me. Originally, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Shout out Harvey. You heard me? That's my city. That's where I'm from. I'm an artist, a creator. I'm a painter too. I make music. You can check me out on Apple Music, Spotify, Serenata Bay. I just dropped a single actually. It's called New Gems. You can check that out. But overall, I'm a creator, and I like to involve myself with other creators like yourself. Make sure y'all do go check out this book for real. Go check it out, and shop with her. And y'all need to get her down to y'all schools, down to y'all offices, so she can, you feel me, put them facts and that knowledge in there. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Okay, perfect. Great introduction. Last week, we had an introduction that was very brief and short, so I appreciate that. But it was funny, though. I ain't gonna lie. He had said, my name is David Culverson.
That's it.
He was like, what?
My man was nice.
He was like, he said, I'm straight to the point. I said, amen.
Hey.
But yeah, so let's talk about your podcast. How did you get started? Well, why did you want to start it?
So I like to talk a lot, and so I traveled for 5-6 years, just experiencing. I'm vegan, so I love vegan food. So I used to travel around different states and just try new vegan food and go places that I didn't go or wasn't able to when I was younger. I did that, and I would meet people. I do a lot of studying and stuff like that, a lot of more science and stuff. And so I would get to talking with people, and it go from 5 minutes to 3 hours. And then, somebody I knew was like, look, if you're going to be talking like that, you need to get paid for it. So I was like, okay, got you. And so I originally started with Anchor, if y'all ever heard of Anchor. Anchor was there before Spotify for podcasts. That was originally what it was. And then Spotify bought out Anchor and then converted it into their own thing. So everything kind of switched, and you could still access your podcast. And so I just did my first one was in 2020, and really I just kind of just started talking and just let it flow. Some people have a natural just tone of voice that you just love,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a feedback that I got from it, was that your voice is very calm and very soothing. And I more so just decided that I just want to talk about life, spirituality, because all those things matter: mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and just my own personal life experiences and the things that I've been through, and just motivating people and inspiring people to get to that level that they're trying to get at, or I've been to that level where you're at, and there's a sunshine on the other side. I started from there, and I just kind of was hit publish, And then I was nervous. I was like, oh, what are people gonna think? Are they gonna like my voice? Or
Right.
And from there, I just kind of just let it flow. And people, what I've learned, especially social media, people are in love with your authenticity.
Yes.
Facts.
I agree.
Yeah, they are in love with just like, I don't really care. People don't really care what it looks like. Like, as long as it's authentic.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to have HD quality video, but if you yourself and you're just being, raw and authentic with it, like, people just, they love it and they support it. And so that's what I did.
Yeah.
I was just on my phone and I would just talk. I had some episodes where I was just in the car just talking with people, about something like I went through, or just want to, Q&A with people and stuff like that. And then I posted it eventually on my social media, on my Instagram, Facebook too. And I just started getting feedback. They was like, yo, when the next episode? Like, they was like, man, I listen to this on my way to work. Like, it calms me, gets me ready for my days. It puts me in the mood of like I can accomplish any goal that I have. And from there, I just kept on going.
Yeah. I think one thing that you had said that a lot of people have to get used to is their own voice.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like the editing and making sure, like you said, you don't want it to be really bad, but you want to, you know what I'm saying? You gotta edit some things out, but I think most people aren't comfortable with their voice. So were you initially off the bat comfortable with your voice, or did you have to grow into that?
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say that I wasn't comfortable. It's just like in your own space, in your own bubble, your voice is soothing, right? But when you hear it somewhere else that you're not in control of, whether that be the radio station or some type of, outlet, it's different. It's like, oh my gosh, it's my voice. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Even when I started making music, like, like I was so like, I don't like my voice. Like, I was like, I don't like my voice, but the engineer was like, look, relax. After the fourth time of coming, you're gonna be comfortable. Like, you're gonna get rid of like all the anxiety. But really, it's just everybody has a voice in their head, like two voices. One that's like, you got this. The other one that's like, you sound stupid. And most of the time, a lot of individuals will listen to the voice that tells you sound stupid.
Exactly, because their voice is a lot louder than the one that, because you know that it's like that evil person on this one and then that angel on this side. So you just always, this one is stuff that you worry about the most, which is actually kind of crazy if you think about it. But I agree with you with the studio too, because when my first time in the studio, oh my gosh, I was like, because at first I had gotten used to my voice because like talking, just because I work in a lot of call centers. So and then when you're getting coached, you have to listen to your calls. So I became comfortable by force. But when it came to the music, I was like, what the heck is this?
Who is that?
I was like, like it'd be so many times I'd be like, bro, I'm out, I'm done. But I did it. I pushed through so that I could record that song, that one song that I wanted to. It was a healing process for me. It was like a confidence builder, something I've never done before. So that is another thing too, like your voice talking and your voice singing is totally different, especially with behind the
I wouldn't have guessed that, because when I heard the song that you was on, I was like, ain't no nervousness in that. You was singing, you was blowing.
Which one?
It was the one with you and Wes. Which one was it? I forgot the name of it. He showed me. He was like, I was like, who is this? He was like, that doesn't ring. I said, what?
Wait, which one was? We had I think we had like 3 of them. Was it the groove? Come on in.
I think that was what it was. I was like, this doesn't ring.
But you know what's crazy though? I swear I was on the couch and Wesley and Al, they were sitting like right here. I swear, that was the easiest take I ever did in my life. But I don't know why. I think it was because I was asleep.
Oh.
And he woke me up. And I was like, bro. I was like, come on, so you get this
Come on,
over
real
with.
quick, real
And
quick.
I went in there and just killed it. I was like, and I was actually satisfied. It was like on the first take.
Nah, it was dope though. I said, play that back, bro. That's her. Play that. I was like, play it back. He like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's her. I'm like, man, where I been at?
Yeah, but he was showing my music to my family and everything.
Okay.
Before me, I wasn't gonna show them just because you know how your family be. They be
the
hating.
first one to
hating.
behave.
They be hating.
You be like, I'm gonna go buy me a new Corvette one day. Nigga, you ain't finna do that.
Oh,
they be
me.
like, they be like, you ain't finna do that. But
Oh,
they
me.
be hating though. But
Yeah.
it be like that. It ain't nothing against them. It's just like, it's just sometimes it's just like that. in life.
Yeah, facts.
Then later on though, they be your biggest supporters.
Yeah, facts.
But you always got that one, whether it's a sibling, an uncle, that one family member that just you cannot satisfy.
Oh yeah, facts.
You
facts.
can't. I got that one, and it's like one of my brothers. Like he just be like, "Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay." I'm like, man, I didn't
You gonna drop the name? Who is it? You
I
ain't
ain't
gonna say
gonna
that.
say the name. You know who he is.
I think I know who he
You
is.
know who he is. He be like, it's straight. It's alright. It's alright. But then every now and then, the ones he actually like, I be surprised by it, cause I'm like, this what you like?
Cause
Like,
you didn't really like it.
yeah, or like it's straight, but the ones he really like, he be like, okay, I like that, and he ain't gonna go overboard with it. He be like,
Yeah,
that's
cool.
good.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Why he be like, I ain't trying to hype you up too much?
Yeah, but it's like, it's needed, cause you gonna get the praise, but then you need the opposite of praise. You need the like realistic, like what is this?
Yeah.
You know,
Being humble.
Yeah, you can say that too, or like just the balance of both. Cause me, I don't like being too high, and I don't like being too low.
Yeah.
I like to be right here. That way I can see the whole field. I can see the whole court. I can see the entire canvas, and I can see every spot that needs to be filled, or a spot that needs to be, you know, let me switch it up, put a different color in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it. But both views really help you become who you are. Even podcasting like we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
You got people that's like, man, I love what you got going. And you got people that's like, you know,
or like they don't like your voice, or
they don't like your
they
voice.
don't like this. They think it's you know, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, I think I care about certain people. Like for instance, I don't like somebody. I don't care about someone who I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
my family members or people that I'm close with, if they say something that's negative, I'll be like, it's really gonna mess with me. I'll be up and I'll be like, wow, well, what was the point in that? And that comment will like ring in my head over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
But
Nah, I get what you're saying. It's cause your family is an extension of you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, you're supposed to be my biggest supporter. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now. But, you know, really, because the thing about it is what I've experienced is that, you know, that's for example art, right? Like the paint. I'm painting something and they'll be like, oh, it's okay, you could do better. But I didn't allow what they said affect me. I just kept going and had more confidence, and then showed them not only can I paint it, I can sell it and make a lot of money from it. And then later on, right, because they artists too, they come along and what do I do? But instead of doing what they did to me, I give them all the praise. Hey, you can do this. You got this. This is a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Just keep going, you know, just keep going hard and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so, you know, it makes it even more deeper impact, because it's like, man, this is my own brother. And I remember when he was going and I was telling him like, it's okay, but he's supporting me, you know. But that's really just how it is when it comes down to support and, you know, trusting yourself, trusting your voice, and trusting that regardless of who says what, that you're gonna keep going. And that's what it took for me to keep going with the podcast, because, you know, one person could change, one person's like, you know, being inspired by you can set you off to like go past the moon with whatever you got going, whatever art form, you know.
Yeah. Next question is, in your content, what content that you produce that got you the best feedback?
Okay. That's an intelligent question. Thank So the content that got me like the most like viewers and listeners was it was really spirituality. Like that was the one that really cause everybody go through something in life, and most people need healing. And so and it's not always physical. Healing could be mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And so like that's like the done in the dark stuff that people don't talk about. And so I was shedding light on the darkness that we all hide from our family members, from ourselves, from our coworkers, that we really go through, and just talking about like, you know, how like this journey, like it's tough. Where you trying to go? Where you trying to get to? Like some days you be like, I don't want to do this no more. You feel like giving up on yourself, or you might be spiritually just drained from helping other people out.
Yeah.
Because you know a lot of people, they pour more into others than they do into themselves.
Yeah.
And I've been one of them before.
Me too.
Hey, you just like,
Me too.
yo, like wrung out like a towel. Like I don't got no more.
Yeah.
You know, and they be like,
still gotta keep going.
Still gotta keep going. They be like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, I just poured everything I had into you. You know, and I had to learn that too. Like, can't be pouring everything you got into somebody. But
yeah, true.
But I started talking about just my spiritual journey, and it was 2020, so that was at a time where everybody went through like.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
during
like,
the pandemic.
Yeah, like that was definitely. It was physical, but it was more so spiritual, emotional, mental. That everybody had to change.
Absolutely.
And the world has not been the same since then.
Absolutely.
It's like we went from that timeline to a whole nother timeline right now. Like some things that happen right now don't even make sense. It's like, huh? Like what? Like okay, like
yeah.
Cool. But yeah, it was at that time, and I just started going in, just talking about, you know, my life and, you know, trying to get where I'm trying to go. You know, spiritual battles, mental battles that I was fighting through, and love too, because I'm inspired by love. That's what inspires me. I actually got a podcast called Inspired by Love that I did, and
okay.
Yeah.
I used to watch. Well, I still do. I watch Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas, yeah.
Secret to Success podcast.
They do.
I watch. I used to watch his motivational videos too, where he would be like, "What up? What up? What up?" And I can honestly say I've outgrown that part because I don't think I need motivation anymore. But as far as being able to listen to him and his peers have conversations about their experiences in life.
Right. So
when he was talking in one of his videos amongst his peers, he was saying that his like the subject that gave him the most feedback and the most engagement was when him and his wife or him and his peers would talk about their relationships. So I wonder what you like. Did you talk about your relationships on your podcast or no? Or because I know a lot of people say that relationship conversations get a lot of engagement.
Yeah, in a few of them I did talk about relationships. One of them I had took down because I don't know. I was it was one of my earlier ones where I talked about relationships, and I thought about putting it back up, but I said I published it, and I was kind of like, man, I don't know, because you know I'm a private person. I grew up private, like my parents, like they that's just how they raised us to like know everybody in your business.
Right.
You know,
what happened in this house stays in this house.
Keep it silky smooth, like you know. But yeah, I talked about relationships, and did a lot, and talk about how like sometimes we stay too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we stay too long with people, or like learning how to actually had an ebook that I put out a while ago, and it was talking about basically it was a concise guide to true love, but teaching people how to work together when you're with somebody, and you know that like love is one thing, but then like, can I eat with you?
Yeah.
You know, if we have to go to war, you gonna go to war with me? You know, can we sit and have a good time without having to be all physically,
Yeah.
you know, sexually touching? Can we build on something?
Yeah.
You know, and that's another major one topic that people they be looking for help for sure.
Yeah. I think another thing that I noticed that a lot of people struggle with in relationships is understanding the other person's upbringing.
Yeah.
Because the upbringing basically it makes the individual into who they are. So if you don't understand my upbringing and I don't understand your upbringing, you can't really honestly understand me. So that causes a lot of friction, I think, in relationships. 100%. I mean, that's my experience and what I've observed in other people's relationship.
Now, you know, we've talked before, so like
Yeah.
I experienced that, and I didn't realize till later on how much that mattered. Cause you know, like you out here in the dating world, you just want everything to be smooth.
Yeah.
Like you want to meet somebody and you want to sweep her off your feet. You want him to sweep you off your feet, and y'all just go to La La Land. You know, like really,
Right. Yeah.
like,
That's what you think.
yeah, like that one song that La Di Da.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's talking along the lines of that. But you just want to have like you just want the fairy tale that we all told, you know, white picket fence, American dream type stuff, which is okay. That's cool. But is it realistic?
No.
Nah, not
Right.
at all. It's not realistic.
Right.
It's not. But the upbringing part, like, is a separation between like, man, is this gonna be temporary or is this gonna be a long time?
Yeah.
And even like somebody who grew up with two parents versus somebody that grew up with, you know, one dad or one mom, like that stuff really matters. 'Cause
Yeah.
They might not, she might not know how to respect you because she never had a man to show how to respect, or he might not know how to respect you because, or treat a woman because he didn't have that in his life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or the example that was set in front of him or her just wasn't like ideal for existing in reality. Because again, we all live in fiction.
Yeah.
Especially women. No shots to women, but you know.
I can agree with that 100%. I have told myself moving forward in dating to be more realistic.
Yeah.
And it's a conscious effort. As a woman for myself, I can only speak for myself that it's a conscious effort to make myself continuously walk in reality, because we get so caught up in our feelings about things that we try to like, oh, we love him or whatever, and we often ignore what's actually going on in reality. I think that's a good lesson to teach. I think it's a good lesson to teach women, you know, as a man and even as a woman, as a mother too, to teach your daughters to be more realistic when it comes to dating or really just in life in general.
It's 2025 though.
Yeah.
Like, the streets is crazy. Let me ask you this question. Okay. So when you looking for love, right? What are your red flags? What are your green flags?
For me?
For you.
Okay.
Let's start with red flags. Let's just go with the bad first.
Okay. Red flags are, good question. I personally need somebody who is emotionally intelligent.
Okay, that's a big one.
Because of the fact that I'm an emotional person. So I need somebody to be emotionally intelligent and be aware of their own emotions. Also, for me, that's a green flag? Red flag? Well, if they're not.
If they're not.
Okay, if they're not. Okay,
I was
like, wait,
if they're not, I'm like, you just said a green flag, we talking about red. If they're not emotionally intelligent.
So if they're not emotionally intelligent,
that's a big one.
Another one is I need someone to be just as driven as me.
Okay.
When I say driven, I mean I need them to be a go-getter like me, because that's what I am.
Gotcha.
And it's hard for me it's hard for me to understand someone who's not.
And so what you're saying is that, and I don't mean to cut your wisdom, that if they not driven just like you, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me.
For you.
Yeah, for me. I just it's and that can look any kind of way though. You know what I mean?
Are you sure? Because we all got preference.
Yeah, I know what you're
I know
saying.
y'all got preference, because I got preference. Come on now. Come on now. Like, you can't just say they can look any type.
No.
Okay.
I wasn't talking about physical looks.
Okay.
Heck no. No, bro. We ain't talking about physical right now. I'm saying somebody who's driven.
Okay,
Can look any kind of way as far as because I could be motivated and driven toward, like, for instance, this is what I am driven towards, is my faith with God.
Okay.
I need somebody that's on the same page as me. I need that because that's what I'm doing in my life. We need to be on the same path.
Right.
And also someone who's like self-motivated. They don't need other people to do things for them. That's what I need, you know. But those are, I don't like lazy people. That's something that I just don't like.
Can't stand it.
That's annoying to me.
It makes you lazy.
Yeah, because I'm not lazy. And I can also be like too much. Like, as far as like I can be on go and I'll just go.
Right.
You know, but not saying that that's the best trait, but I'm saying that I need somebody to be able to make sure that they're self-motivated.
Right.
So, but I guess I'm saying red flags and green flags at the same time.
That's why I was going back.
Because it's both. Like, because if you don't do
Right.
it, then it's a red flag. If you do it, it's a green flag.
Right. So, fellas, just to run it back for y'all. So, you said emotionally intelligent, driven. Okay, what else you said? Driven.
Faith.
Faith-based. So she want her God-fearing man, right?
Yes.
For y'all that out there, you hear me? She giving y'all the formula. And
Now he's trying to put me off.
And what was the last one? Is that it?
Self-motivated?
Self-motivated. That's what she looking for. You feel me?
Yeah.
Go ahead, throw your applications in if that's what y'all on.
Let's tell us about you. You go. Red and green.
Red and green? Woo! Man. I just got through with one of them. Like, I'm, red and green. Red flag? Man. Okay, red flag. Okay. If you're not creative, I can't. I just can't. Like,
Okay, creative.
Like,
Specific.
you could literally be one of them women or people that like to, I'm gonna say obviously women, you could be like, you like to knit, like, and make scarves and stuff like that, you feel me? Or I don't know, you might scrapbook a lot and put ideas together, or you might paint, anything creative, right, where there's always motion, because that's what the saying is, I got motion, right? And you know I don't believe anything unless I can research it, weigh it like a fact. But the universe is based off of motion. And so if you ain't got no motion, then, you know, you don't really have anything at all. Because, like, you know, when you go to like a hospital or you go to like a nursing home or whatever, some people not moving, they old, different. And I remember nurses used to tell me the worst thing that you can do in life is stop moving. That's the worst thing you can do for yourself.
Yeah.
And so creativity to me is motion and is constantly moving, and I need a woman that, like, she can create out of thin air and go to the next thing, you know, just keep going, because, you know, last thing you want to do is stop. So if you're not creative, that's a red flag. Another one is laughter. If you one of them uptight, look, uptight, like I can't stand that. Like, laugh, like, please. If I can't laugh with you and you take everything, don't get me wrong, it's a time and place to be serious. You feel me? Give it that. But I came from a family like we all tell jokes, we all like to laugh. I need my lady to laugh just like I do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Through all situations, good or bad. Like, just laugh it off. Cause I mean, that's one of the greatest things that God ever made was laughter. Like, honestly, like it changed the world.
Yeah.
You be in a tight situation and then you just start laughing about it. It's like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, laughter. Emotional intelligence. If you're not emotionally intelligent, like you said, I just can't, because especially being a man, if you grounded and then you're with a woman that's not grounded, and you allow her to make decisions, and she don't even have didn't grow up with a sense of direction or emotional intelligence, like it's like a storm. Like eventually, like you're gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
You already got to deal with this, the cycle, hormones. It's like nah. You gotta literally, hey, we're doing this, and this is what we're doing. Like, come on. So I said, laughter, emotional intelligence, creative, and I don't like if you loud. I can't stand screamers. If you scream, I can't stand. I can't. And there's a difference. But like, let's say we disagree about something, right?
Okay, you don't like it when somebody yelling
I
at you.
can't, like, do not yell at me. I can't do that.
Do you shut down, or do
No.
you get loud, or like what do you do in that moment?
Well, being a human, right? A person, like when somebody yells at you and throws out like that exchange of anger, because most of the time it's anger, like in that instance, you automatically receive that, and the first thing you want to do is throw it back. You like, don't scream at me. What do you do? Right? And so through the years, I've learned to have emotional intelligence, and so when somebody screams at me, like I have enough layers to where I just kind of look at them as a child, because that's what children do. And so, I take it on as the approach of man knows not by being told. You got to show them better. So,
Wait, say that again for the people so they can.
That's a quote from verbatim from Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Look him up. Man knows not being told. Man knows not by being told.
Okay.
That's
man knows not by being told.
Yeah. Man knows not. You got to show them better. And so if you yelling at me and I yell back, like I ain't solving nothing. So really, I learned that silence and patience like does a lot. Because like silence, like it speaks so loud when nobody's there. You're like, wow, and then you think about, and I missed this and I missed that. But the yelling, it's a cause for miscommunication, anger, distrust, all types of craziness. But yeah, that's really about my red flags, really.
Yeah.
Now, green flags.
Well, basically the opposite.
Basically opposite. Basically
it's
opposite.
Same thing.
Same thing. Because again.
So you need all those things.
Right.
In order for it to be green for you.
Definitely need
all
all
those. You can
those.
work through the other stuff.
Yeah, the other stuff is like we can work through that. Like, long as you know, like, hey, regardless of whatever we go through, I'm here with you. Like, we going through this together. But we don't gotta run into a brick wall to learn. Like, we don't have to do dumb stuff in order to learn. We can be intelligent and just see something for what it is, not for what we want it to be. Because in relationships, a lot of times, either person be wanting to see things for what they want it to be. Like, he can be this, but the person he's showing you is not that. So it's like, what's up with your discernment? Women be trying to build men.
Yeah.
And it's like, the person he's showing you is actually who he is.
I had to learn that.
Yeah.
I had to learn that. Guilty as charged. That's big. That's one thing that I told myself after my relationship that I was in for far too long. I tried to change that man. I could not change that man. Like, everything I wanted, no, did not happen. Like, so I had to make a decision to move out, to remove myself from the situation because things weren't getting better, they were getting worse. You know, so
Yeah.
that's something that I can say. I don't, and also too, I'm not about to go and just say I was the perfect person.
Oh, me neither.
At all. So I believe it was some room for growth for me too. As far as, like you said, I don't believe that I was emotionally intelligent as I should have been. Well, I mean, I was young, so, but I've grown and I'm a little bit more emotionally intelligent. But you know how, like, you stated that you don't like people who yell?
Yeah.
But me, I'm the total opposite in the wrong way, like in a negative way.
It's crazy. Hey, y'all, did y'all hear that? I'm just saying.
No, I am. Like, if, for instance, if somebody starts yelling at me, I shut all the way down. Like, all the way down. I might walk up out of here and be gone for hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Won't talk, nothing. And that's not good either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, that's not a good thing, but like I said, it's upbringing. Okay, y'all. So as you can see, we are in different outfits. Different clothes, different hair. You know what I mean? Yeah, done by me.
Yeah.
Book me. So basically, we lost the outro to the video because of storage, technical difficulties. But we back, and we about to do this outro real quick. So the way that we ended was basically just letting Rashawn just provide some of his platforms so people can find him.
So y'all can check out my podcast on Spotify for podcasters. It's Rashawn Bay. Check that out. And I'll say it again, Rashawn Bay on Spotify for podcasts. Also, I make music. Check me out on Instagram at Serenata Bay Music. I'm on all the streaming platforms. You can check me out there. But yeah, that's really about it.
Okay, cool. So just make sure y'all follow him. Also, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you next Sunday, the Lord's Day. Do you hear me?